producer, the Urbanista,
Hey, hey.
and a special happy birthday to the Urbanista. The big 23, is it 23?
33.
33.
Whatever it is, you tanned up.
I'm tanned up.
You were clearly at the pool today getting it in.
Yesterday, yes, all day.
That's what's up.
Big up to the Vita penthouse in Southeast.
Yeah. All right, that's all good.
And as always, we want to hear from our audience tonight, 202-758-8607. Hit us up on social media at Ash Sherrado. And we're talking about race tonight. Where have we come?
Race, like the race that you run?
No, like
Let's stop.
like black, white, other issues that we have in terms of getting along with one another.
Can you define this thing called race?
I mean, perhaps I could. Perhaps you could too.
Well, I mean, a lot of people say that race is a social construct, and it's something that was created by capitalism in order to make money off other people. And then so you said that I'm this and you're that, and therefore I'm allowed to govern you. Mm-hmm. So let's read the definition.
Well, the definition says that racism is the belief that all members of each race possess characteristics or abilities specific to that race, especially so as in to distinguish it as inferior or superior to another race or races. So it basically means a group of people feel like they're better than another group of people.
I think that's prejudice. That's not racist. See, racist, you have to have power.
You can
I
argue
agree.
with Webster.
I'll argue with her all
I
day.
agree that with racism comes power. Because you can feel how you feel about a race until you have the power to instill that in that race or like impact that into those individuals that are part of that race.
Right.
And that is not racism. Like I can be like, oh, I hate all these people on the West Coast.
Right.
I don't even know these people. I just hate these people. That's prejudice.
Yeah.
But until I have the position to be like, oh, well,
They don't get
any
food.
West Coast people don't get this or don't get that because I have the control and the power, that becomes racism.
Yeah, so we happen to be in one of the most racist, I said one of the most. We happen to be in the most racist country in the world's existence. And we just chilling.
I can't vibe with that.
Because
Name the other one.
Why?
Most
Why would
of
you say
Latin
that,
American
Grindstone?
countries are racist as hell to
Well,
the
no,
point
this
where
is-
it's like apartheid type status.
Well, no, this is why.
with
This is
black
why.
people.
Racism wouldn't be the right term for that, though.
Well, if you're black and you're Latin, you're black, you're having a fucked up life. And I don't think that is different anywhere else besides there.
Well, one thing about the boat trip that we took is it's the only situation in world history where people were taken from their land to another land and enslaved. So like some of that does apply to some of the Caribbean and Latin American countries. But America, man, we without a doubt had it the worst. The slavery here was ridiculous. And after slavery, it was not peaches and cream. And then after that little stage, it was all bad. And then we tried to get on our feet. And then they came with the crack. Then they came with the jail. Now we're getting shot in the streets. So they've taken our power to live as individuals. And then we always have to pull ourselves up by the hip-hop bootstraps.
Which are not always very strong.
Right. So okay, let's balance this out with another definition of a word that's always brought up: discrimination. The unjust or prejudicial treatment of different categories of people or things, especially on the grounds of race, age, or sex. So people are discriminated within racism, but just because
Well, I mean, but let's keep it real. Everyone discriminates. I mean,
I certainly discriminate.
we just and like the definition says, we discriminate between races. We discriminate between social status. I mean, the list
Color.
goes on and on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we all discriminate, but racism is a whole nother. I feel like it's so much deeper than that. It's like a group of people who have actively acknowledged that they're discriminating against another group of people.
Right.
It's not us as individuals discriminating against one another.
I agree. So what do we do now? Where are we? Have we come forward or have we taken steps backwards? What is this that's going on?
Well, I think it's interesting, with the shootings in South Carolina, because that's how we decided to talk about what we're going to talk about tonight, but how we're supposed to be in a place in the United States of America where the racism is being slowly put behind us, but yet we still have occurrences like South Carolina happening.
Yeah.
And we still have Confederate flags flying. We still have certain things happening in a place where we have a black president or a biracial president, however you want to call him. But you would think with having a black president in place, that would change how America deals with one another, but it doesn't. In my opinion, it's actually made it worse.
Well, I think it's